We got Miss Jenny Kruger. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here today.
You've been busy.
Yes, I've been very busy.
So a lot of people like me aren't familiar, as we'd like to be about what goes on in the art community and everything with music and stuff. So tell us a little bit about what you do as executive director.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on the show because we're always happy to talk about what we're doing. We're actually a pretty large organization, which most people don't realize. We employ about 140 people. We have a 70-piece orchestra made up of musicians from Lafayette and Baton Rouge and even as far as New Orleans and Lake Charles. And then we have a 27-person faculty within our conservatory, which is just kind of an old word for school of music, which is housed in the Oil Center. And so between the school function and the education programs that we have going on throughout the year, and then our concert production side of the house, we managed to stay pretty busy.
Well, that is incredible. And then off camera earlier, when we were just kind of getting to know each other, you were saying that Lafayette is one of two in the country. We're
one of two symphonies in the country that is partnered with a conservatory of music.
Right.
The other entity like ours is in Rhode Island. And so we really feel fortunate to be the organization that we are, because it really allows us, the conservatory allows us as a symphony to have a lot larger educational arm of our organization than most symphony orchestras would have.
Right.
So we're able to not only have programs in our building, but we are now branching out and actually putting programs into schools. So where people don't typically think a symphony orchestra can address any sort of educational issues, we are now actually developing programs to help support the education system as it may be. So we just launched a new program called Do Re Mi, which is a curriculum that we built where we teach the academics through music.
Right.
And so we kind of serve as a support mechanism to what the teachers are already doing in place. And because it's homegrown, we can keep it really affordable and really high quality.
And you were saying, again off camera, that the talent in this area is just incredible.
Yes, I'm not from here. I'm a transplant, thank goodness. I'm so happy that I've been transplanted here. But as a musician and as an educator, to be able to pick up the phone and know that you can call one of 30 top-notch musicians and educators that are local, that are happy to help, is really quite a resource that most professional arts organizations just don't have.
Yeah, and I don't know about, is Rhode Island, right, the other one?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know about their food, but Cajun cuisine is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So not only do we have great food and great friends, but we have great fun. So.
And great music.
That's right.
That's right. So you got this recipe that we talked about over the phone. Tell me how that came about.
I come from New Mexico. I'm originally from a little town called Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's a lot like Lafayette. It's about the same size, a little bit smaller. Great culture, different culture, but same kind of feel as Lafayette has. So I think that's kind of why I felt a little bit more at home in Lafayette than most. But this is a recipe that my mom made for us. Green chili is native to our area and is something that we put in everything, eggs, cheeseburgers, everything. And this was one of my favorites that she made. It's comfort food. We would take the chilies that we'd picked down the street or from the local store, roast them up, and this was one of our favorite dinners.
And you sent me out with a grocery list and I couldn't find chili peppers, but we're gonna improvise.
We're gonna improvise.
We're gonna use poblano peppers, but chili really has a very distinct flavor, you were saying.
It does. In New Mexico, it's just like anything. In New Mexico, it's kind of its own type or its own crop. And so the flavor that those peppers have are really distinct.
Right.
And that is what separates different Mexican food from others. And Las Cruces really has its own version of Mexican food. There are farms in Las Cruces that you can actually ship chili from, and that's what I do because I don't live there. There's only a certain time of year that those green chilies are available, and that's in the falls. We were talking about harvest time. So because we didn't have a chance to ship them out, so we've missed a little bit of the season.
All right, but we're going to improvise.
That's right.
That's what we do. That's what we do in Cajun country. Is if you ain't got it, you make it work.
That's right.
And I'm sure it's going to be fine.
I think so.
Matt's about to throw something at me. He wants us to cut. So let's throw it to break. And the next time you see us, we'll be on the patio showing you all the ingredients that we're going to be putting in this beautiful green enchilada chicken, roasted chicken enchilada. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.